everybody prior to the next meeting so you could look at them. You could do it on a board vote.
I think the sooner we get this done, I think we've been sailing rudderless.
Yeah, we need a lot of issues addressed.
We need an attorney something bad here, so a lot of issues.
Can I back you guys up a minute?
Mark?
Due to the discussion that we just had over fire department, I request that you not have any statements mailed out until after the attorney reviews it. Right now, you, as the town board, are standing in violation of HEPA. And because you were addressed by a fire department member on this issue, that could cross over to us. I am also requesting that any further emails stop on this issue.
Question, should we not have Julie do anything right now?
No.
Because
She can't do anything right
Okay,
now.
no, I'm just making it clear.
And to do anything right now is to
Okay.
further jeopardize the stand of the township.
And I can't tell you for sure that violation of the HIPAA laws is not something we want to even go close to, and
No, we don't.
we're way past it now.
Right, but we did make a policy at one of the board meetings, don't ask me which one it was, that any emails that went to any attorneys went through the clerk.
And they haven't.
They haven't been going through the clerk.
Yeah, the copy has to be
That's a
sent
policy
to the
that's been
clerk.
broken for quite a while.
Because we want it on paper going out.
We
paper
want to
coming
see
back
what
in.
questions are asked.
But that's not the
But-
emails I'm talking about.
Right.
I understand.
Right, but we just want to make that point. We understand no more emails on this because we'll be in deep.
We're already there, or you're already there, we aren't.
We're in a bad place right now.
The problem is, I don't think we can actually say, don't email anybody, because that would be us saying, you can't speak your mind.
I know, but the
Mr. Chairman.
language, excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Mr. Chairman, as far as I'm concerned, from the last email that Bruce Road emailed me with, that's my last take on the fire department. All I was trying to do was educate people with the knowledge that I had been receiving. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm done with that. What I'm going to do, and what I think that the township should probably do is if anybody from the community has issues about the fire department, Peter Makowski from Congressman Oberstar's office, and everybody else, so that they can be contacted by the community people. So we could just let people who have issues contact them themselves.
Here's what the problem is. The problem is that anything that comes from any of you as supervisors, okay, and bear in mind, I'm not a lawyer, but anything that comes from any of you as supervisors it gives a liability to the township.
Unless it's personal, person to person.
Yes, exactly.
I checked on that.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's going to a bunch of other people, if it's coming to you as a supervisor, that puts.
Okay, here's the question I brought up to my attorney.
Okay, good.
I emailed one of the supervisors a private email. My attorney said that's not a problem.
No.
I expected a return, a reply. I didn't get one, but somebody gave me a copy of her email with mine in it being passed. That's where my attorney got his.
That's a violation.
Well, I know that, and I know what's going on. But my email was of personal nature.
Yep.
He read it. He said it's absolutely fine. Okay, so I sent it, expecting a personal reply. I didn't get a personal reply. I got a reply through 60 other emails. And so he looked at it, and he's sitting on it, waiting to see what's going to happen.
And I think that's kind of the point I was trying to make.
Right. So when you're talking about this HIPAA law, what you're talking about is any board-related, township-related information or transaction.
It's more than that. It's also anything like the fire department goes to a call.
Right.
And they deal with a person.
Right.
They are not allowed to say anything about any of that.
And that's the same thing what you're talking about here.
Right,
Unless it's a person-to-person nature.
exactly.
If it's from me to Mark Toms and Mark Toms to me, it's
That's-
nobody else's business.
That's exactly right.
Because just that, like he told me, just because you're a town supervisor doesn't mean you lose your rights to contact another person. It's the same thing as standing in the minuet and talking to Harold, and he's working there, but I can be accused of coercing something.
No,
So
no.
what do I do? Go to the Ganesan store to get my cigarettes now? or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I mean, I could get killed driving on.
No,
a
I'm
Ganesan.
glad you made that distinction though.
That's
because-
right.
Because that makes sense. I mean, that's
And
right.
that's
It's
I think
absolutely
is
true.
what's happening here, is that her intentions,
Are good.
they're very good, and I don't have a problem with a different point of view. I do have a problem when it's being transmitted to certain select people, and my email was one of them, and I really got pissed by it. So I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Can I say one thing?
I'm worried about the township.
Yes, and I am too.
The reason why I didn't forward the email back to you also, Mike, is because Jeff had already emailed me on the same situation, and if I would have emailed back to you, that violates the open meeting laws, where 3 people outside of a town board meeting
No,
are.
you're wrong.
She actually did talk to him through that mail.
It's agreed here, we need an attorney, and we need him fast, so.
As I said, I will get that other information and
Just
get it back to
One more
second.
point of clarification
It
on
got
that.
to the second.
And this is not in the person-to-person email. All right? When it comes under a HEPA, I, as a firefighter, cannot talk to anybody that is not a firefighter or a town supervisor about that issue. You, as a town supervisor, because you are an official and have potential access to our information, have violated HEPA by using the name. That is unbelievable. When I read, I couldn't believe it. I absolutely could not believe it. She cannot even email that to one person that is not another member of the fire department or a member of the board without being in violation of HEPA.
What does HEPA stand for?
I can't remember what is it. Health Information Privacy Protection Act.
Yes.
That was why we would not even bring up the other portion of that email. We will not address that in public.
That was a low blow.
Well, anyways,
But-
whatever,
Yeah.
but it was spread around.
I got it.
We got one last item here. It was concern about easy active vehicle. Brought up.
Is he still
I
here?
wanted to come to meetings. The last meeting I was at was about 2 years ago.
It's a 2-hour wait to
Whoa,
get there,
maybe
but-
they picked up the pace a little bit. I live on the Birch Acres. I've been there since '91. And the first part of Birch Acres Road, maybe you guys are planning this and I'm just coming and asking the question.